Hello and welcome to Neverwinter Nights 2, and this will be part 57. In the previous episode, we proved that Leldon was an inferior thief, by beating him senseless, of course. And so we also proved that the collector cared more about a painting of a ship than about his wife. Interesting. Hey, whatever, I mean, each to their own, I suppose. We have to go to port last, gather some clues, to try to prove that we did not massacre Ember. So let us head to port last. A location that was very important in Neverwinter Nights, of course. That was basically a quest hub for all of Chapter 2, which was quite a long chapter, by the way. And here we are on illustrious port last. Watch where you step, you might get some of the local culture on your boots. God, Sand, you hold your nose so high, it's a wonder you don't wear your hat on it. I don't even know what that means, my dear, but I'm sure as far as your local expressions go, it's quite quaint and charmingly ignorant. Treat the locals with respect, Sand. It is no less than they deserve until they prove otherwise. We should find Hieronymus, or whatever it's called, as quickly as we can. He can grant us access to Ember, and hopefully we can find some clues there. Asking some of the locals couldn't hurt either, after we speak to Hieronymus, of course. Agreed, they may have seen something, and as long as we use simple words, Sand, we may be able to get information out of them. I like Sand, but he is a touch superior, perhaps. I'll try to sort out what we find as we discovered, but check with me if you're ever curious about what we've gathered. I'll have good sense for when we have enough to bring it to trial. Alright, I'm glad to have you along. The pleasure's all mine. As exceptional as my skills are, it's good to see them put to good use. So, we gained 2 influence with Sand, and we're going to lose one of them. Never mind, that will be relevant in a moment. That is Garrison. We're going to find the illustrious Hieronymus, whatever he's called.
I'm surprised you have the courage to show your face here. A lot of people here had friends in Ember. If they find out who you are...
I'm not responsible for what happened, and I'm here to clear my name.
You're free to conduct your business here, but you'll be watched. If you have questions, ask them now. I'm a busy man.
What happened at Ember?
Innocents slaughtered. The village burned to the ground, all done by you. My only regret is that Ember falls under Luskan jurisdiction, not mine.
Why are you so certain it was me?
There was a witness to the attack. You were described in great detail.
I'd like to speak to the witness.
Out of the question. She's been through enough. And besides, you won't like what she has to say.
Good old diplomacy. I need to speak with all witnesses, no matter what they say about me.
Very well. You may question the witness, but you shall do it in my presence. Bring the girl here.
Yes, Captain.
Chandra? Chandra, is that you? Elaine, you survived. Thank the gods.
Chandra! It was horrible. They butchered everyone.
Elaine, it's all right. Shh. Look, I brought people to help. We'll get to the bottom of this.
You! Chandra, it's her. Why would you bring her here?
Just tell me what you saw.
I saw you murder those people.
No, Elaine, it's not true.
I know what I saw. They had no weapons. Some even surrendered. But she...
We are here to help you, not to hurt you.
That's right, Elaine. We're here to help, all right?
It was trade season, and the shipments into Ember had fallen off. I had decided to trade along the south roads. When I came back to Ember, I heard the screams and saw the smoke. I left my wagon and went into town. That's when I saw the bodies. I saw her kill the quartermaster while he was on his knees, begging for his life.
You saw this woman here do the killing blow? And was it just her? And where did she...
Sand!
We don't have all year, girl. Nor do I have the patience when the trail of these killers grows colder.
There were others, but I didn't see them closely. I ran as hard as I could to Port Last, and they took me in. But you did do it.
Or someone that looked the part. There are many magics that can cloak one's appearance, even allow one to change shape.
I know what I saw.
The diplomacy, don't you think it's possible? It's a possibility that it was someone else disguised as me?
I suppose it's possible, but I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, thanks for considering it, at least.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you need from me?
Who else was there besides me? Were any of my companions there?
You had about a dozen of your friends with you. But I don't recognize anyone with you now.
A dozen, you say? Interesting. Do go on.
So you didn't see a dwarf, a gnome, a half-demon girl?
Well, no. I believe they were all human.
Well, considering that those two and the gnome account for at least half of us, that might seed some doubt.
But you could have just hired others.
Yes, my dear. But as your hesitation suggests, why would anyone do that when they have trusted allies who would follow one anywhere, despite their common sense? No offense.
How did you manage to get away if you got close enough to identify me?
I don't know. I just started running. I guess they didn't notice me.
You were lucky, Or perhaps they let you escape.
That's all I needed to know. Thanks for your help, Elaine.
I'm sorry to have put you through this, Elaine. Guard, please see that she reaches her quarters safely.
Listen to me. If we can get her to work for us, her story of tears will sway the court in our favor.
Elaine's not some tool, Sand. She's just survived the massacre of her town, which someone caused to get to us.
Girl, if we do not use your friend, the Luskins will, and they will use her testimony to kill our friend here. So, please dispense with your convenient morality. Either we use her or they do.
See, it's been true enough, and I don't want to make her a target.
Good. Glad to hear someone here is making some sense. Leave her alone, Sand. I mean it.
Forget it then. I can't help this matter if you won't heed my counsel. Maybe you will when you're hanging from the gallows, twisting in the wind.
As I was saying, we're going to use one of the influence points we gained before. Let's just get him out of the way, shall we?
What brings you before me?
My feet. Oh, what do you know of Black Arius?
A Luskan archmage of some power. Not someone you want to cross. Like many of the Arcane Brotherhood, Black Garius aspires to rule, regardless of what harm it may cause.
I think you will find that attitude common among most of the Huss Tower, and Garius in particular.
What worries me is that he may succeed.
Why do you say that?
He's amassing power at a pace I dislike. I suspect his brothers are beginning to grow wary of him.
What makes you think so?
Followers flock to his side like vultures to a battlefield. 2 in particular keep me awake at night.
Which 2?
The woman Torio Claven and that giant Lorne.
Ah, and so the pretty little circle reveals itself.
Torio you might know as Luskan's ambassador to Neverwinter. A treacherous snake, that one. The other one, Lorne, lacks Torio's guile, but compensates for it with brute force. He's a savage fighter and extremely good with a blade. I suspect he handles most of Garius's dirty work.
What can you tell me of Port Last?
I'm no common magistrate with idle time to chatter about village life. I'll be happy to discuss the finer points of Port Last with you when you're no longer a suspected mass murderer.
I shall do what I can to clear my name.
So be it.
Luskan is a threat to you, isn't it?
Of course. The Luskans would lay claim to our harbor for their warships. Having secured such a prominent location, they could mount a swift attack on Neverwinter. Or Waterdeep, for that matter. They talk of a peaceful coexistence, but I know their words to be false. Luskan's difficulties with Ruithim may have come at a fortunate time. As long as Luskan is at war with their island neighbor, they cannot turn their attention elsewhere.
Yeah, well, there was one chat. We need a few more, unfortunately. I know it's... Yeah, if you're here for the action, then it's boring, and if you're here for the story, then you'll probably be perfectly okay with it. But we have now spoken to him. There is some generic merchants here. There should be these two here. One of them sells blades, the other one sells armor. It's the only one you have. You just have standard fare, nothing, possibly something nice. The rogue links we found before for Niska, by the way, 17,554 gold. In case we want to equip our characters, we can always come back and buy some more stuff. Nothing particular. I'm not going to be buying a lot of stuff, by the way. And then the other guy. Blessed of Joaquin, do you carry any unusual items? They don't like when you make that connection. That is a trait you have gained from your foster father, because of course he was a famous adventurer at one point or another, and flashing his name about, he's my daddy, kind of thing. It gives you access to some special goods. Some of them are quite special. Again, I'm not here to buy. Not right now, but I mean something like 2 crossbow, 81,000 gold pieces, there you go. And remember, this character is getting a discount. But we can ask about if he knows what's been going on in this place. Ember Elgin claims to have been there, even for the attackers, he says. Who's Elgin? Port Last resident braggart, he is always boasting of deeds done and dragons slain. Mind you, no one has ever seen him do anything but talk. Man can't handle a butter knife, much less a stout blade. I took pity and tried to teach him a few tricks, but he was hopeless. A braggart, Beware of men telling wild tales. If lies are repeated enough times, people will believe them. You may wish to find this Elgin and make sure he's not telling stories about Ember. What's the news in Port Last? The usual, Luskin, blah blah. Ember's massacre made people here a bit uneasy. Okay, bye bye. So, we need to hear more about this Elgin person, which we will, don't worry. But there's also a... where is she? Naya, she's down here. We need to go the other way, quick. Can we go the right way? No, this way. Map navigation. Me and map navigation. Where are you? You are over there. Hello. Careful there, watch the worm sage, or to tidy up with this never time. Spellcraft, worm sage, isn't that reagent for preventing undeath? Yes, that's right, you have an eye for the obscure. This Port Last have an undead problem? No, it's Ember, a little village north of here. People were slaughtered horribly. If their bodies aren't tended, they will turn us undead. It's only a matter of time. I've not been to Ember since the massacre, but I've heard that the bodies are rotting where they fell. Why haven't the bodies been buried? Ember's in Luskin territory, and the Luskins have been puzzled. Not that I expect anything less from Luskin. Lovely people. Surely you can see this is a crime. Those corpses mustn't be left to rot, nor should innocent souls be condemned to torment. Perhaps you could help. You seem a hearty sort. Alright, what do you need me to do? I knew you would understand. Look here, this is worm sage extract, mixed with some other reagents. You need only sprinkle the bodies with the extract. If the souls remain trapped within, their negative energies will be suppressed, and they'll be free to pass beyond this world. An overly dramatic description and assumption of the properties of souls, but she is correct. The worm sage will serve to fight the necromantic arts. Here, take this bag, sprinkle a pinch of the powder over each corpse you'll find, and that should be enough to put the spirit to rest. I'll wait here for your turn. So we need to obviously go to Ember. Anyway, so getting some sort of quest to do on the way is always nice. Or we need to go to the inn. This is over here. I hope it's not. No, that's the garrison. Don't tell me I went the wrong way, because I'm clever. I'm very skilled, by the way. If you are relying on me to find a way for you, you are in deep trouble. It's the other way. I should have known, because there was a bunch of guards over there. And they're probably going to be a friendly bunch, aren't they? Surely. You there, stop right where you are. Is there a problem? The problem is that you massacred the people of Ember. We don't like murders run loose and put last. I've only been accused of the crime and nothing has been proven. We know you were at Ember during the massacre. That's proof enough for us. You've been talking to Elaine. That's right, she told us about you and what you did. I know Elaine believes it was me, but she's mistaken. You'll forgive us if you don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. We're going to arrest you for disturbing the peace. You're going to become violent, and regretfully, we will be forced to kill you. On diplomacy, you are a guard charged with protecting Port Last. Correct. An honorable position, if I'm not mistaken. You're damn right it is. What's your point? It is also your duty to mete out justice whenever you feel like it. What does it matter? Ember needs justice. My guilt or innocence will be determined at my trial, not here and not by you. Alright, you can go. Don't think we won't be watching you though. Idiot. I suppose he was trying to do his job. And look good while doing it, but he just looked like a kid. Whatever. We can just speak to the innkeeper. Basically just giving us a rundown of what may or may not be happening in this area. Nothing important. Nothing anyone else who haven't heard. So, any buttons fell over my mind. Is something wrong? My partner Bradbury, he's 2 days late for our meeting. He's a northerner and a fool. But he's good with a pick and a wedge, and he brought much silver to my house. I was planning on taking him to with me, but he heard tell valuable ore and that's good. You two are miners? No, we're carpenter, whatever. I'm an artisan and a master trader. Strength can mine a quarry, but wit is needed to fully utilize it. Until Bradbury returns, I cannot leave on, and I cannot find work in this place. These northern folk will not deal with a stranger. Well, what does he look like? It's hard to miss. His hair's bright orange like flame blooms in the desert. If you happen to see him, just tell him I'm still waiting. Okay, I will tell him. Serving bench. Why you're not serving? Anyway, there should be a Marlin individual here. You're not from around here, planning on staying a while, just passing through. I'm investigating the murders in Ember. What's to investigate? The village is destroyed and everyone's dead. Could have been brigands or gods know what else, but our Lord's justice won't bring those villagers back to life. We know about any witnesses. Anything else you can tell me about this place? Prince of Glass. Appreciate the help. Yeah, well. So it was basically just giving us information about the fact that, of course, she's a ranger, so she was looking for stuff to hunt, but she didn't find anything to hunt. So now we can approach our good friend Algan. I had just lined up my arrow on the deer when I heard a growl. I turned and that was the biggest, blackest wolf I'd ever seen, coming right at me. Lucky for me, I had my enchanted dagger with me, with its jaws only inches away from my throat. I lunged and with a quick twist of the blade, I cut out the beast's heart. Ooh! I was a bit tired after that, all this fun in the Duskwood, so I decided to head to Ember to rest up. That's when I smelled the smoke. I ran there as quickly as I could, and what did I see? The village in flames, the defenseless people being slaughtered by cruel and evil men. There was dozens of attackers, heavily armed, aided by foul creatures, demons, I think. So what did you do? The only thing I could do, I attacked. I cut down 2 of them before they knew I was there, but the others, seeing what a threat I was, ganged up on me. I slew several before one of them snuck up from behind and knocked me unconscious. The enemy must have thought me dead, because when I woke, they were gone. Yet hardly a scratch on him. A tale well worth its weight in words, no doubt. And what of Ember? Sadly, I was too late. Everyone was dead. There was little more I could do, so I returned to Port Last. At least you tried, Algan. The man's clearly a fool, but it is his audience that concerns me. Such tales could be used against us. We should question Algan and see about the facts of his tale. Haven't seen you around before, just passing through. You saw what happened at Ember? I did. I'm sorry I couldn't have done more to stop it. It's a miracle you survived. Indeed, Timora was watching over me that day. Did you see who led the attack at Ember? Regretfully I didn't, otherwise he'd been the first I cut down. Algal said you can barely handle a blade, yet you managed to kill many of these attackers? What? He's wrong. I didn't need his training, I learned to fight somewhere else. Now if you will excuse me. I spoke with a survivor. I heard there was only about a dozen attackers at Ember, and nothing was mentioned about demons. A survivor? Well, that's good news. With all the smoke, I'm sure I could have been mistaken. Tricks in the eyes and all that. Haha. Now, if you'll excuse me, I won't. You were hunting deer in the Duskwood. Marlin says there's no deer to be found there at all. I saw plenty. I don't know what she's talking about. Look, it's obvious you know it. I wasn't there. What do you want from me? I want to know what really happened. I'd heard there was a dryad in Duskwood, so I figured, well, you know how dryads are. With men, I mean. Oh gods, how predictable. What? What does it mean? In case someone shouldn't be fully aware of that, dryads are incredibly beautiful. Yeah, enough said. I think dryad legends do more to get men lost in the woods than dryads themselves. What are you all talking about? You're making no sense. He went in there to try and sneak some kisses, Grobnar. Ooh, I see. I didn't get too far before the wolves chased me away, so I decided to stop in Ember for a while. Then I saw the smoke from Ember, so I didn't dare head that way. By the time I got back to Port Last, people were already talking about the massacre. No one around here seemed to know what really happened, so I figured I might as well embellish my involvement. No one's getting hurt, right? Lies serve no one. Someone might be harmed by the tales you're telling. Oh please, all the harm's already been done. The murderers are still loose and you're a witness, do you understand now? Oh, I didn't consider. Everyone, I have an announcement. That should keep his mouth closed. Didn't need him spreading any more of those wild tales before the trial. Well done, let's move on. That was a whopping 500 experience for that. I will like that. Oh, so you're a witness, are you? Someone out there who doesn't mind killing people may not take it too keen on you being a witness. Yeah. So, with that out of the way, we will be heading to the village of Ember, but that will have to be in the next part. So, if anyone's actually following this series, I don't know if anyone is, or it's just get the random accidental view from time to time. The change in resolution, all that kind of stuff for this set. It would be nice if someone could drop a line or two about if it's a good thing or a bad thing. And as I said in part 55, I can happily and easily go back to how the first 54 episodes have been looking. But next time, we will be heading to Ember and see what we can work out there. On that note, thanks for watching, take care, see you next time, bye bye.